All right, so Steel City Interactive released a tweet, and in that tweet, they were talking about an update that they put out, an update designed to fix players' inability to progress in career mode. And underneath that tweet, someone said, "I just want hit detection fixed. Why haven't y'all addressed this issue anywhere?" With that, Steel City Interactive responded, "We're working on improving punch accuracy as a priority, and we'll release an update for that as soon as an improvement is ready." Now, the question here is, what specifically is the improvement that we're going to be getting? Now, I'm going to show you guys a few things here, and please try to watch this video till the end because I do highlight a few issues right here. But the question is, what specific improvements are we getting when it comes to punch accuracy? Because when it comes to punch accuracy, the complaint is a very, very specific complaint. And my fear is that when they do release this update, the update is going to increase punch accuracy through the roof, make it overpowered without addressing the issue of we can't use head movement effectively to evade punches. And this has always been something that I've said. If you're going to release a change or if you're going to patch a game, make sure that you patch it in a way that you don't break something else. Right now, the problem with accuracy is that when fighters are directly in front of you and you should be able to hit them, you're not able to hit them. And when you're trying to move your head to evade punches, when you're trying to use your slips and ducks, punches are tracking your head. Fighters are able to just use regular locomotion without lunging, without using pivots, without doing anything quick to evade the punch. With just regular locomotion, they're able to make punches whiff over and over and over again, even when you're standing directly in front of them. But when it comes to actually using head movement, it's so difficult to make punches whiff. And that's why my suggestion has always been increase the accuracy of boxers being able to hit their opponent when you're directly in front of them. Increase your accuracy when it comes to being able to hit them when they're just moving normally, but then decrease the accuracy when players are trying to use head movement. Increase the evasive properties of head movement so that when we're trying to slip, punches whiff more. That's the way it's supposed to look. So my fear now is they're going to release this change. They'll bump up accuracy, and then everyone is going to complain that now the game is overpowered. Nothing's whiffing. Every single punch is landing because they haven't addressed head movement. Now, that's my fear. But before we continue, let me actually show you guys, because I've been testing this using this over-the-shoulder camera. Now, the way this camera works, okay? When you're out of range, the camera zooms out, all right? It zooms out telling you you're not going to be able to hit your opponent from here. When you get into range where you're able to hit your opponent, the camera zooms in. Now, this is the game telling you you are in range to be able to hit your opponent, okay? Now, as I was testing this specifically with Joe Frazier, I was kind of asking myself, you see this natural swing of his head right there? This is just his natural movement. The player is not doing anything to cause this. That's just the character moving. I was wondering, could this be why punches are whiffing sometimes? Like maybe if you try to hit the opponent at a specific part of this natural weave, maybe you'll miss. But if you land at a specific point, then you'll land. I realized that's not the case. It is just completely random. Sometimes you're gonna land and you're gonna land, but then when you try to combo, look at that. See what's happening? If you're throwing single shots, which is a big reason why when I'm playing this game, I don't miss as much because I'm a pot shotter. I don't really throw a lot of combos. But if you're the kind of player that likes throwing combinations, the accuracy just falls apart. So right here, my jab landed, my cross landed. Sometimes it will whiff, just the single shots, but it is a guaranteed whiff every time you try to combo. Look at the cross. Look at that. Now that's nothing landed right there. The cross just goes all the way to the left for no apparent reason. Meanwhile, your cross is supposed to travel straight down the pipe as this round comes to an end. Now, you can say to yourself, all right, well, the reason why this is happening is because Joe Frazier is moving too damn much. What happens if you test this out with someone that's not moving too much? With someone that's just straight up stationary? Before we test that, let me just make sure that you guys make sure it's abundantly clear that this happens every single time. All right? I'm right in front of Joe Frazier. There's my jab. There's my cross. It's landing. All right, here's a combo. Combo lands. Look at the whiff right there. Why is the cross whiffing? And why is it landing sometimes? Why is it so inconsistent? That lands. That whiffs. That lands. That whiffs. How about if I combo a left hook into the cross? That lands. That whiffs. That lands. That lands. Both completely whiff. Meanwhile, you're right in front of your opponent. This inconsistency that's happening is what players are complaining about. If I am directly in front of my opponent, okay, can we assume that Muhammad Ali, being a world champion boxer, is going to be able to track Joe Frazier standing right in front of him, even if Joe is doing this? Is it out of the realm of possibility that Ali will be able to track him? Joe is not pivoting. He's not moving his head erratically. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. Can we assume that Ali should be able to, while standing right in front of Frazier, land a combo that does not whiff? Like, why is his cross going to the left as opposed to traveling right in front of him? Okay. So now you can say, well, the reason why that's happening is because Joe is swinging all over the place, and maybe Muhammad Ali's punch animation has something to do with it. All right, well, let's test it out with different fighters then. All right, so I'm still using Muhammad Ali. I'm going to switch to a different fighter with Ali, but for now, let's stick with Ali. And now let's try the same thing with someone that doesn't swing all over the place. This is Deontay Wilder. Wilder is more like, his head is more stationary, right? So like you should be able to hit Wilder a lot easier. Now Muhammad Ali is right in front of Wilder as the camera is telling you. You're right in range to throw the punch. The jab lands. The cross lands. Muhammad Ali can throw straight punches down the pipe when you just throw singles. But when you combo, it falls apart. This lands. That whiffs. That whiffs. That whiffs. It whiffs. It whiffs again. It whiffs. Like, why is the cross constantly going to the left? Why? He's right in front of you. Hit him, Ali. Why are you whiffing, Muhammad? What is this? Now, there are a lot of people out there that try to tell you this game is absolutely realistic. It's the most realistic boxing game in the world. The whiffing is okay. The missing is okay because it's realistic. Are you genuinely trying to tell me that Muhammad Ali, the great Ali, standing right in front of his opponent like that, is going to consistently miss his right hand like that? That's sim? You're going to try to convince anyone that's sim? Obviously, that's not sim. Obviously, this is wrong. Obviously, there's some issue with this that needs to be fixed. He should be able to land this cross. He should be able to consistently land this cross, especially because he can land it stationary. Look at that. Oh, that whiffs. That lands. That lands. That lands. That whiffs. It's this level of inconsistency should not be acceptable in a boxing sim, just flat out. Okay, so now you can say, well, the problem is that Muhammad Ali, his punch animations is probably the reason why the punches are flying all over the place and whiffing. Why don't we go with someone else with a different punch animation? All right, let's try that. All right, so now I've got Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's punches, his punch animations are different from Muhammad Ali. It's not the same animations. Right now, he's out of range, so he's not going to land anything. The moment you advance slowly, the camera zooms in. Now I am literally right in front of this guy. Tyson Fury, the world champion boxer, has someone who's barely moving right in front of him. He can land his single shots. They're not whiffing. But then when he goes to combo, his cross just flies off to the left for no reason. What, like, that one lands, that whiffs. Whiffs. And this is what's going on. Mind you, I have someone standing stationary. Now imagine you're online facing a player that's just moving and left and right and moving. This is why you can't land punches. Because the accuracy of these boxers, it's turned way down. It's turned all the way down. They need to be more accurate. There's something about combinations that's throwing it completely off. Again, even with singles, like right there, it whiffed. I'm not saying that single shots land every time. Like, look at that. That's whiffing. He's right in front of him. And that's whiffing. Why is it whiffing, Tyson? Why are you whiffing that cross? I mean, that straight punch when you're right in front of him. Boom. That lands. That lands. That lands. But you see how what's happening with the hand? How do I even explain this? I've been training boxing, and my trainer has been doing a lot of work to try to teach me how to be accurate. And one thing he's been showing me is a lot of times when I shadow box, I don't even need to throw my hands. I can just use my shoulders to just shadow box. Where your shoulder is pointing is the direction that your punch is supposed to go. So if I'm bladed in this way and my shoulder, my right shoulder is pointing right there, when I throw my punch, it travels in that direction, in the direction of my shoulder. It's not going to go here. It's going to go right there. Okay? So if we take a look at these boxers, so much to skip. Tyson Fury is right here. Where is his shoulder pointing? His right shoulder. It's literally pointing directly at Deontay Wilder's face, which is why when you throw the single shot, okay, it lands, even though it's still veering to the left. But then when you combo, his arm doesn't travel out straight. It goes this way. So they need to go back and take a look at these animations. Why is the arm doing that? I was calling this out way early when the game was still ESBC. Everybody told me I didn't know what I was talking about. Why is the arm doing this weird shit? Travel straight. Keep the fucking arms straight. And by the way, this is not just when it comes to straight punches. Sometimes it's same thing happens with the hook, like right there. That just whiffed for no reason. That right hook just whiffed for no reason. That one lands. That whiffed for no reason. You see what I'm saying? He's right in front of the guy. These shots should not be whiffing for no reason whatsoever. And by the way, this is why the hooks to the head are so attractive online. Because this right here rarely whiffs. See how that's landing? You want to know why when you're going ranked, everyone is throwing hooks to your head? Because the hooks is the one thing that tends to have the best accuracy. The hooks barely whiff. But your straight punches, your jabs, your uppercuts, your body shots, your uppercuts to the body, everything else is just God knows what the fuck, right? So they need to address this. And the way that they're going to address this in a way that's not going to completely break the game, like I said, is make sure that you have these movements right here, all right? This is where you're supposed to lean to avoid the cross, right? Let's go for a little bit. Well, this round is ending. Let's see if we can... Let's restart this. Oh, I wish this game had a practice mode, guys. I wish it had a practice mode. This would be so much easier to do if the game had a practice mode. All right, so Deontay Wilder, to avoid the cross, no, he should lean in this direction, right? When you throw the cross, lean to the outside of it. So I'm going to throw a cross and try to lean. That whiffed. That whiffed. That landed. Like, I'm leaning for you to actually make it whiff. You have to like almost guess the cross is coming. But look at that. See what happened? It still landed. Look at that. I'm leaning beforehand. This is the problem, bro. This is the issue. And that's a problem. That's a problem. They have to go in and make sure that this right here has more evasive properties. And so where I'm going to end it is I'm just going to reiterate, man. I understand that they're going to do something when it comes to accuracy. They will increase the accuracy of these punches so that these shots are not randomly whiffing. But I would really, really like them to also increase the evasive properties of the slips, okay? Right now, most players are just doing this. They're just doing this right here. They're pulling back. Most players are not slipping. They're not doing that. The weave mechanic right here, this weave mechanic is not as effective as it should actually be when it comes to making punches whiff. This should allow us to make punches whiff a lot more, okay? Like, we should be able to weave better and make punches whiff when we're doing that. Same thing with the slips. Same, you know, like right now it's tracking, okay? It's like it's tracking the head too much. Increase the evasive properties on the slips, side to side, on the ducks, so that we can start seeing gamers ducking punches. We should be able to duck across. We should be able to duck a hook, pull a hook. You know, see what I'm saying? Slip jabs, slip crosses. Those shots should be, the head movement should be a lot more effective. So to encourage players to use more head movement, as opposed to what we see right now in this game, where it's just everybody's just circling. You try to throw a punch, you can't land because everything is just whiffing into thin air. God help you if you want to throw combinations. Good luck. You know what I mean? If you're a pot shotter, you can land. I mean, look at this. Look at this shit. Like, you can land if you're just pot shotting. Look at that. That just whiffed. But if you're trying to actually throw combos, you're gonna have punches whiffing when they shouldn't. The guy's right in front of you. So hopefully they look into this, figure out exactly why the hand is going to the left and random shots are just whiffing for no reason. They fix that alongside buffing head movement. If you're going to increase punch accuracy, buff head movement. Do not release a patch buffing accuracy without buffing head movement. You're going to get players complaining. Don't say I didn't tell you. If you buff accuracy without buffing head movement, players will complain that accuracy is now overpowered. You heard it first here. So that's gonna do it. Thank you guys for watching. This was a fairly long video. Sorry about that, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about it, and I will see you guys later. Peace out. Have a good one.